Loud music time. A bunch of bundles on the web shop. 200? Easy. Again. Can't I stop this? Just choose Brown every time. I don't know if he has some kind of weird setting there. Gore? The Butcher? I don't have that kind of gold. I don't remember this being data mined. Why do these seem negative space variant? What? These are horrible. Whose idea was this? This is so low effort. I'd rather get pixels. OTA yapping time. Did they even change it? This is the only one that's relatively good because it doesn't have too much negative space. These are god awful, dude. That one's cute. The Black Panther is the only good one. But I'm not willing to buy this shit for this. Yo, Tyler, thanks for the 27 months. This one actually looks insane. But you can't really see it upgraded. Wakanda forever. I only have Eason here. It gave me my stuff from here. I don't know. I was hoping for an Eason buff to be fair. We did call the Iron Lad nerf. I did not expect the Galacta nerf, but she is very powerful. Find the OT. Is that bundle good? He gave him a Raptor. $115%. Oh, it's not good value. I don't mind missing it then. I feel like this was completely unnecessary. Anyone else? This is oversharing. There's someone desperately trying to prove that they know what they're doing. In this week's balance update, we'll be lowering the ceiling of Iron Patriot as well as adjusting Galacta to get them closer in relative strength to the other cards at their energy cost. As far as buffs, we'll be improving Pixie, Sauron, and Ghost Rider. Bro, either meaningfully improves shit or don't touch it, is my opinion. This is a relatively tame update compared to the last few, and for the most part, the metagame is in a great place. Surtur and Hell strategies are back on planet Earth, and folks have clearly been enjoying both the Loki buff and release of Agamotto. Okay, let's see. Wait, is this a new Surtur then? I mean, no one. What does planet Earth mean? Does it mean no one's playing it? Because the one person that was playing it kind of popped off here. I am King Imposter with the 16 months. Welcome back. Thanks for the prime. Καλημέρα. How's Hella? Yo, Lonziak with the 4 months. 4 months is insane. There's no only in 4 months. Thank you so much, dude. You wanted to start the hype train. I mean, they have good stats, if I'm being fair, if I'm being honest here. Hela and Surtur are reasonable. Like, that statement wasn't wrong. I wanted to understand what they mean by planet Earth. Because they're reasonable now. They're playable. They're not unplayable. Have reasonable stats. They're not S tier. They're not even A tier. But they're very playable. Rag Dancer with the 10 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Thanks for the prime. Are we in for a hype train? Let's go, dude. Level 1 complete. Wait, isn't there a discount on gifted subs today? I think there is. Other planet Earth just means normal, I think. Yeah, I understand what the phrase means. I just wanted to check if they understand what the phrase means. There's a 35% off gifted subs. That's pretty good. I understand what the phrase means. It's just usually when they start nerfing a deck, I've said this multiple times. Usually when they start nerfing a deck, what happens is they kill it. They don't stop until it's 6 feet underground. You know what I mean? Even when the stats are reasonable, they keep going at it and going and going and going. This time it feels like they stopped at the right spot. So I'm happy. This is a relatively tame update. Blah blah blah. Our back on planet Earth, and folks have clearly been enjoying both Loki buff and the release of Agamotto. They don't just double tap it; they triple tap it just to make sure. Yeah, they do. They just keep literally just keep poking at the dead horse. They just keep beating it. Agamotto is showing up in a variety of strategies and paired with an uptick of Loki have created some exciting metagame churn. Anti-big deck tech decks have even started to rise in popularity in response with cards like Cassandra Nova and Darkhawk. Does Cassandra Nova even drain power from spells? What's up, Cow? Where's Rin? Is he okay? He's here. You went first. I was. Did you get up to go to the toilet when I went live? But drawing spells keeps other cards in your deck potentially. Yeah. So she doesn't pull. You're playing Bazaar, missed the timing, bro. I did a run in the morning just to get back into things, and I played Pig, and I'm like, okay, let me try burn skill. Not burn skill. Let me try skill, starting skill. I hit the burn skill. I got the matchbox, and I went 10-0. Like it wasn't even close. I just the perfect run. And I killed the dragon and got the dragon skill, which was complete overkill. Like I did not need the dragon skill to win, but I got that too. Can someone remove the schedule from that command? You don't have to work and improve the game. Mordok after 2 years still unplayable. I mean, I feel like they nerfed the right things, but buffed their buffs made zero change to the game. Except the sour buff. I'm seeing a deck that's kind of popping off. But let's see. With that said, there is one deck that decided to become an exception among Agamotto strategies, largely eschewing any kind of theme for all what we would call raid cards. All cards are individually strong without asking much of you to synergize with them. That isn't necessarily a problem, but as in the case of Doctor Doom in the last OTA, we do want to seriously monitor when individually strong cards threaten to be consistently more powerful than synergistic interactions. 2 of the cards in that deck have been prominent since their release, with no signs of slowing down, as they too often outcompete other cards at their energy cost. That can seg us into the individual card discussion. Iron Patriot. I feel like making Iron Patriot a 2/2 would have been a more appropriate and significant nerf than reducing the cost by 1. Being a Tempolos while asking you to tempo out at the same time would be like a very significant nerf to the card. Making it a -3 cost obviously is a good start, but let's see where it lands before we. 2/1 was better. I think 2/1 is just overkill. You need to risk to gain the lane. 2/1 might be overkill, like immediately. You start with 2/2. And if that is not enough, then you do more. There's a lot we really love about Iron Patriot. Encouraging players to care about the outcome of a location before the end of the game is a great incentive to make Marvel Snap feel more interactive. That's great in theory. I love the way you're thinking, but what's happening in reality? In reality is guess the Iron Patriot on turn 2. That's what's happening. That's the reality, right? The reality isn't that you care about the location. It's guess the Iron Patriot on turn 2. If they have Iron Patriot and you don't have a turn to play, you're fucked. If they have Iron Patriot and you don't guess correctly, you're fucked. Because there's no way with 3 energy you are making up for that 3 power that they already put down. If they play any good 3 cost, you're done. Because they're already 3 power ahead. So the reality isn't that people care about the outcome of a location, it's that people are playing guess the Iron Patriot. If you don't want to guess, you jump in Mobius and hope you have it on 3. The thing is, it's not just the discount with the card. It's the unpredictability and that it provides your deck. Like, it makes your deck very unpredictable. Like a Magneto out of how many times have we lost to just a random Magneto that they play for 6 out of Iron Patriot? I guess specific matchups, a random Magneto that you don't expect can be game winning. Yeah, it still generates a resource that the opponent cannot play around that you can snap on, that's the real value of the card. And he can often create exciting moments due to the game-to-game variety he provides and encourages. I like how the only perspective we are using here is the people playing Iron Patriot. We don't use the perspective of the people playing against Iron Patriot at all. Like, we completely ignore that part. It's the type of card we like being strong, but his play and win rate is very high, and there are times when his level of impact on the outcome of a game can be frustrating. Well, there you go. First time we are just looking at it from the perspective of the person getting Iron Patrioted. We'll be reducing the ceiling of his strength by lowering his cost reduction by 1. I feel like even at 2 cost reduction, he would be insane. Our hope is that this helps to address one of the most frustrating and unpredictable outcomes when he allows you to play a 4 energy card for free. Naturally, this lowering of cost reduction is a nerf to every scenario, but rolling a 4 cost specifically sticks out as a pain point for the card and a clear area where Iron Patriot has power level to give and still remain exciting to play with. I don't know, this feels like these cards are too good. It feels like uneven treatment between cards. You know what I mean? Galacta and Iron Patriot are too good, they get a slap on the wrist. Right? Other cards are too good, they get fucked into oblivion. Like Hela, for example. Hela received like 5 changes in a single patch. Pixie cannot come up to 2-2 and fuck your deck sideways. The Galacta nerf doesn't even feel like a nerf, like 1 point. They're Series 5, so they print money, Hela doesn't. That's what it seems like. It seems like they're reluctant. It seems like free cards get a different treatment than the money makers. And it's kind of getting absurd at this point. While Doom 29 was more pressing last to take, Galacta wasn't far behind when we made that decision. As alluded to previously and discussed last week, it is important to us that it isn't so blatant for cards at a point of the energy curve to be out competing each other. To be clear, our desire isn't to create a drawn-out game of whack-a-mole by nerfing every raid card that tops the charts, but the signs have been here for a while, and Galacta was next in line after the dust settled, and we got Doom to the right place. We still expect Galacta to be a strong card. I feel like Doom's probably going to come back next week with the new season. We still expect Galacta to be a strong card and a worthy consideration in a variety of strategies. Why not make it +2? And if you're looking for actual nerfs, why just not make it +2? Every single time you print a card with +3 or more, it's broken. I don't think the issue with Pixie is the power it has. I feel like the issue with Pixie has never been its own power. The issue with Pixie is how the card has been implemented. Havoc the exception? Yeah, but Havoc has like one of the biggest drawbacks of any card in the game. If you play Havoc on 2, you can only play like you have 2 energy for the rest of the game. Like the real issue with Pixie, like this is a nonsense issue. This is not a meaningful issue. Change, sorry. The real issue Pixie has is the way, not even the ability itself, but the way that the ability has been implemented. The fact that it allows for cards of the same cost to receive, for a card to get the same cost back. That should have never been the case. That should have never been the case. That is Pixie's biggest issue. It should be, if I'm running one 6-cost card, then it gets discounted. It shouldn't come back as a 6-cost card. So here, real issue isn't even that the ability is bad. It's kind of a fun ability. It's the way that they implemented it, making it, even if you draw Pixie on 2, you can still get completely obliterated by getting your cards with the same exact energy. And she does nothing, and you just play the 2/2. That does nothing. You can still get your 6 cost at 6, and so on and so forth. And that's the real issue. This doesn't change anything. Pixie has remained relatively quiet since her release. With the increase in competition of strong 2-energy cards you'd like to play on curve, we think it's time to give her a buff, especially given her unique deck building incentives. That's not a buff, though. That is an insignificant buff. That's like tying a fan at the back of on someone's back and then asking them to fly. Like, that's not a buff. You're not helping. If Loki is 1-cost, Pixie can be 1-cost. This is what I mean by uneven treatment of cards. What is she, series 4? So Loki is a fan favorite, so he gets to be OP and gets changes that literally push him into the meta. And then Pixie is an unknown, and she gets 1 power. I swear one of the devs said they originally tested Pixie as a 1/3. Yeah, that's what she was data mined as. You can see it here. There's a history of the cards here. Oh, I wrote cards instead of Pixie. Still sleeping. And it was shuffled the cost of all cards in your deck. It wasn't the ones that started. Sauron. This is the real interesting change. The release of Star. I feel like this is the only change in the OTA. Yeah, like one power here doesn't do anything. Like one power, how many times are they going to make one power changes and then it does nothing? Like how many times until we realize that a one power change doesn't do anything? It feels like forever since we've been in a good balanced meta. I feel like we are in a good balanced meta. Like I feel like the meta is varied. I feel like it seems like forever since we've been in a one deck meta, and that's good. Because we've had those many times. Only outlier deck is the bullseye deck, but that's not popular. I feel like the bullseye deck is way too OP. Is it the power creep keeps happening? Isn't that a completely different issue though? It doesn't have to do with the meta. Yeah, this OTA feels like hey boss, look, I did my job. You know, it feels like the bare minimum to to show that you're doing your job. Bullseye deck is a bit like negative decks. If you get a great draw, it's over. Bullseye decks is with the bullseye deck is literally impossible to get a bad draw. You probably get a bad draw 1 in 50 games with the bullseye deck. If you're running like the super meta version, it has so many threats and so many activators, it is impossible to get a bad draw. You have to be one of the unluckiest people on planet Earth to consistently get a bad draw with this deck. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 carries, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 activators. I guess 5, because that's an activator too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activators, let's say. And then you have the double up with Frigga, and then you have the Swarm for discard and scorn. It's like how do you draw badly with this deck? Blade, Calling Wing, and Modok at the as bottom 3 is the only scenario where I can imagine that. And even then, you can probably like double up on Daken, Frigga it, and then discard the Daken cards with Bullseye. Like the only scenario where the only bad draw scenario that I can think of right here is Blade, Calling Wing, Modok, bottom 3, Bullseye, top deck on 6. That is the only bad draw. I feel like that draw is super unlikely to happen. Super unlikely for that to happen. Wait, how did our version get more popular in the end? This is the one I made. This is the one that was popular when people started playing this. This is the one we made day one. I need to get Patreon with tokens, but I'll have to see how nerf affects him. I think he got significantly nerfed. He got nerfed for sure, just not um, an insane amount. This Khonshu deck seems to be popping up. This Sauron list, Sauron Surtur, that's something I did not consider as being the new meta. This seems strong, chat. I get to play my new lizard. What's the best Conquest deck right now? It's probably still the move deck. Why is that locked, dude? I hate that bug. What in the world is this? And why do you magic in this deck? I don't get this deck at all. Oh, wow. He getting countered? A very low sample size, but that is not a good, that's not good. I guess you get farmed by Bullseye, like what happened to us yesterday. Starbrand went from awful to amazing real quick. Well, let's wait a little bit and see how the dust settles here. I love this. Every single time there's a balance change, the first thing people do is play to destroy. I guess the probably the best deck right now for Conquest is the Bullseye deck. That's what I would play. So those are the changes. This is the only one that's meaningful, and the nerfs, obviously. As far as buffs goes, the others are not meaningful. Bro, just pull Ghost Rider down to 3 like he was on release. Let's see what happens. Right? Back in the day, Ghost Rider and Lady Sif could be played on the same turn. And you would just discard Onslaught and bring it back with Ghost Rider on the last turn. And then they made it so that you can't play them on the same turn. And I think they're being careful about that. Try this. The new Sauron. I don't like this lizard. Hey, we pressed on it. New Lord of the Rings. Shang-Chi doesn't exist. I feel like this deck is not Shang-Chi doesn't exist. This deck is you can't Shang-Chi every lane. I feel like that's what this deck is. Pocket Ranked has bots in the Lawrence that are learning from Snap. Yeah, I saw that. There's Pocket Rank now, yes. Lots of bots. And you get a free deck too. You get a free EX. Bro, Marvel Snap would never do that. They're giving you a little free EX to choose from the latest expansion too. Marvel Snap would never. I've lost so many tickets because of this bug. I don't have the bug though. Is my queues are long. I haven't had the bug for some time. But usually it's my opponents that have the bug. My queues are long. I'm kind of an expert on Conquest. I was actually watching um Binks last night. He had a. I don't watch Snap streams usually. Like I very rarely watch Snap streams. But he had a guy on. I don't know where you found him. It's like a Marvel Snap enthusiast, and that guy loves Conquest. And it was very cute. Like it was very fun watching them. They got me hooked, and I couldn't get off my screen. Like they were having nice discussions. They were missing a few stuff. Like they were missing a couple of plays every now and then, but overall, it was very fun. I don't know if anyone got a chance to watch it. Overall, it was like a very, very nice stream and got me thinking I should do something similar. I'll be your guy any day of the week. I like it because he was bragging about his conquest achievements. Like I've got about 30 avatars and so on and so forth. I don't know how many I have, but probably over 50 right now. I don't know. Maybe close to 50, maybe over. I don't know. Like I stopped counting a long time ago. I know he did many videos about the dual conquest. Yeah, it's the same guy. That guy comes every month. Super fun. I don't even care what others get the effect. I haven't cared for a long time. Do we play the Ebonimo? We have time to play the Ebonimo. Surely we're gonna get the Sauron, right? He got a conch. Sauron of the top. Easy. Can you imagine they change this and I'm cooked? So Starbrand goes mid. But I need Enchantress though. What do we lose? Typhoid and Mary? That's kind of fine. That's not fine though. I have to play this here if I want the discount. Sauron? Play this. Maybe we get Enchantress and we can Enchantress mid and play Scar on the right. Scar still buffs Surtur. I think we stay. Hopefully we get Enchantress off the top. We didn't get Enchantress off the top. What are they gonna do? What did they discard? Nothing. They haven't discarded anything. Do we just double up there? They'll probably Modok, but how do they win if they Modok? So they haven't discarded Apocalypse. He's going to be 10, 10, 14 here, which we win. I'd scar mid. Hey, if I lose because I scarred mid, you're getting timed out. You didn't discard anything. Are you for real? Hey, scar mid was the play. Mod him? No, Corey is never getting mod simply because he will tear this community apart. Do we snap this? He's a very controversial person. So, can we get this? This should go off. I guess. Have a lot of high power in my deck. I could get the energy too. This goes down to 3. 3 plus 2 next time. I lost? You fucking kidding me, mate? How the fuck did I lose? Is this a joke? Wait, what did they discard? They're Dracula? Apocalypse and Khonshu in deck? That's pretty good. I didn't even know I had Zabu in this deck. I don't want to play more. Okay, I'll play 0, and then if I draw Sauron, I can mow. I can mow into You're missing 2% for the last draw. Yuck. Painful. You get nothing. We play that? I'm getting fucking annoyed here. I guess this is better. And then we Typhoid Mary Enchantress on the last turn. Can he even fill the left? What? She done? Enchantress. I feel like Sauron's is really good. It's really fun. I feel like it's not as boring as the old Surtur decks. Simply because you get to... It's very exciting when you get to remove the negative ongoings from your cards. What variant I got from Twitch drops? I don't even remember. Zabuton 1, though, is a great play here. That's very bad for us. Wait, is this guy playing a Nagamoto deck with that?
I am Ego, and this is my domain.
Okay. We'll go again. I don't know if it's new players or whatever happened, but people really hate on Ego. Like, this is the second person that's done that. All the 4-drops in the deck, this is massive. I should probably just play the Sauron here. Simply because these cards are going to be massive there. This lined up very nicely. Mojo World, where we played our low-cost cards. we can't really beat Shuri, can we? What do we do now? The task, I assume? Yeah, so let's assume this goes to 2840 something. I can't beat that, right? 2856. I guess I could play this here. 40. Oh, they're behind. Bro, they're behind. I mean, if they Taskmaster, they can't really do anything else, can they? What? They've got spells, dude. That's 4, though. Are we doing this with one point? Sauron turn 2 again. We're kind of high rolling here. I mean, I have Zabu into Sauron. What do you want me to do? Not take it? This goes down to 1. Kind of ridiculous. Well, it has to be like this, because... Why are they playing here? I don't get it. What if these go all right or something? I mean, they're gonna transform this into 36 power, but that's not enough. Even like misordered it. Like, why not play the Zabu here? If that was your plan, shouldn't the Zabu be played here? I think they just weren't thinking straight. How many season passes later will wings get nerfed? The thing is that when you're making your deck so inconsistent, you need to have powerful cards, or there's absolutely no reason to run. Like, if you are increasing the size of your deck by a good 30%, you know, the cards that you add need to be powerful. Yes, I know I am shaming deck size right here. I'm deck size shaming, and usually that's not cool. But big decks don't really offer the same consistency, and pleasure that normal size decks offer. You know what I mean? Normal size decks don't really have any performance issues, usually. They do what they're supposed to do, while large decks sometimes the cards don't flow at the correct place. And you can have performance issues when your deck is too big. You know what I mean? Hey, that was a good bit. That was stand-up comedy levels bit, dude. That was like improv central, stand-up comedy. I like this list. Why is this my favorite? How many of these do we have? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, how does this work? Some of them are 6, some of them are 7. No, only this one is 7, right? So what's 6 times 7 plus 1? 35, 42, 43? Oh. Hey, I want to change this to my favorite. This is my favorite one right now. Did I get this one this season? Was it last season? And I like this card box. I haven't used this one. There's bug. Yeah, I'll be right back. We'll run it. We'll run it back. Okay. Rather have Sauron here? Pretty good turn one play. Aqua is massive. Do I play the Ebony Maw there? I need a 10 power card to play there. I'm just gonna play the Ebony Maw. Should I just play? Should I not play the Ebony Maw? I don't know what to do here. I kind of want a big card there. I guess I can skip for. Oh, that's really good for me. It gives me space.
I am reborn.
Oh, they can play both. That's pretty huge, right? But they can't win that. So we just do this. They can't win this. He has to stack mid. He can play 2 cards mid, which is 20 power. He goes to 30, but I'm going way over 30. Oh, he didn't even stack mid. Oh, if he had played that mid, he could have won. Actually. He had played Scorn mid, he could have won.
Victory.
We actually drew horribly, by the way. We played turn 1 Zabu and drew 0 4-drops. We drew like the worst. This was the worst possible draw we could have for a turn 1 Zabu play. The actual 100% worst possible draw for a turn 1 Zabu. We drew 0 cards and got Zabu'd. I don't like playing 0 turn 1. Iron Man? And I get Enchantress? Give Sauron a chance, you know what I mean? I fucking hate Mr. Negative. At least I ran Enchantress. Hey, no negative. Snap him. You miss on the negative, you get snapped. That's how it goes, buddy. Zabu is an interesting case study on ongoing versus Unreal. Is it? I don't have my Enchantress. It's the issue here. Kinda need my Enchantress, no? They played here, that means they have smudging. That makes their Zola bad though. We get one more draw at Enchantress. I don't think they run Zola. Not enough power, bro. I need my Enchantress off the top, I think. Now she doesn't do anything. We lose to double Iron Man, don't we? This deck is so annoying to play against, dude. Hey, you just want to run Mobius in every deck just to fuck these people over. Especially in Conquest, because they just keep retreating and retreating and retreating, and then they get a string of high rolls and there's nothing you can do. We got the Enchantress this time. I want to pull their Jane or something out of their hand. Get fucked. No. Fuck me, dude. What is this joke? What is this joke, dude? They don't have anything. -2. What is this joke? Ah, so to the fucking peak. And I don't know shit. I played perfectly and I lose to the fucking RNG, dude. I hate this game so much. I played that game perfectly, dude. Shitty ass game, dude. I pulled their Jane Foster. I did everything perfectly, and I predicted where they're gonna play, and I lose to fucking RNG, dude. Come on, stupid fucking game. What a stupid fucking game this is. They just keep adding more and more and more shitty fucking locations in this game. What for? Like, why are you adding shitty locations in this fucking game? What am I supposed to play? This? And then I top deck Ares? How much is this? I don't know. Bro, honestly, I don't want to play this game today. I'm not up for this shitty fucking location variance. You play well and get punished. I just lost complete interest in this game right now for the rest of the day. Make a Pixie deck. Pixie didn't change anything, dude. It's the exact same shitty card. It's the exact same horrible card. The problem with Pixie isn't that it's a 2-1. It's that they took an interesting ability and implemented in the most horrible way, and to make the deck as unplayable as they possibly could. Make the card as unplayable as they possibly could. That's the real problem with the card. It's not one power. That's not where the problem lies. And the most important, the first step for a minor nerf for Pixie is making sure that when you shuffle the costs, you don't get the same cost back. That is the first step. You do that, then we can start talking about Pixie as a card. Until then, it doesn't matter what your cost is. Because playing a card that you build your deck around, right? And that has a huge, massive deck building cost, like Pixie, and then you play here on curve and nothing fucking happens, right? Why would you ever play that card? Like, you went into all the trouble to create a deck specifically for this card. You play here on curve, and in return you get your 6 cost costing 6 and your 1 cost costing 5, and that's it. That's what you got out of Pixie. Like, why would I ever play this card? That is the biggest issue with the card. Everything else is just nonsense. Somehow. And that's why you play fucking Mobius in every single day. That's why that deck is so popular now, right? I feel like if you wanna win in, what is this? If you wanna win in Conquest, just play this deck right here. The Sunman deck. This one. You can Gorgon and Mobius the discard deck, and then they can't discard shit. With their, you just kill their what's his name? Their Bullseye. Bullseye can't discard anything because the 1 cost card is gonna cost 2 from their 3/4. Why? I'm so pissed, dude. I'm so upset right now. From their Daken, and then their swarms are gonna cost 2. So you basically completely nullify Bullseye. He doesn't do anything. Dagon, if you play these 2 cards against them, like, they can't do anything. This deck's kind of popping off for a reason. And the Aaron Petriot nerf doesn't do anything. Swarms will cost 4. They'll cost 3, I guess. No? Why would they cost 4? They cost 2 from this and 1 from this. That's 3. So this deck I feel like is probably one of the best ones to play Conquest right now. And you don't give a fuck about negative also, right? They can't do any of the bullshit that they usually do. I'm so pissed right now. I don't know what to do to calm down. Play some Bazaar. And let's play some Bazaar. Ban that guy below Toledo's. I should ban someone just to feel better. Oh man. I feel like that is my biggest gripe with this game. That you can play perfectly and lose to RNG consistent. Like it should happen once, like once every 50 games, I will take it. But if it's like more than 50% of the time, which that's the truth, it's probably like 80% of the time the outcome of a game is decided by RNG at this point with this game. And I'm talking about even if both people are playing perfectly, there's so much RNG right now. With location, it's getting worse and worse. Can we stop? For the love of God, can we stop printing RNG locations? We do some pocket. I haven't done pocket in a long time. I'm just gonna have some fun with Bazaar, I guess. I'm gonna turn off the YouTube stream. Thank you, everyone. If anyone is in YouTube, because when I play a different game in YouTube, it just goes down to 0 anyway. So there's no reason for me to keep the stream open.